In this video, I will explain, determine the time domain expression, or inverse Fourier transform, expression given below. X of omega or x of j omega is equal to 2j omega plus 1 by j omega plus 2 whole square. Time domain expression means x of t, or inverse Fourier transform is also x of t. Solution. X of t, x of omega is equal to 2j omega plus 1 by j omega plus 2 whole square. X of omega is equal to 2 into j omega is 2 whole square, 1 by j omega plus 2 whole square. 2 j omega x1 of omega plus x2 of omega. We know that Fourier transform of t power n e power minus at. Remember this expression in factorial by a plus j omega whole power n plus 1. Consider x1 of omega. Here x1 of omega is equal to 1 by j omega plus a whole square. We need to calculate x1 of t. X1 of t is equal to whole square. Okay. Let n is equal to 1. Let n is equal to 1 in that expression. Fourier transform of t power n e power minus at u of t is equal to n factorial means 1 factorial 1 by a plus j omega 1 plus 1 2. Therefore, inverse of 1 by a plus j omega whole square is equal to t into e power minus a at u of t. Therefore, x1 of t is equal to 4 inverse f inverse j omega plus 2 whole square. Here a is equal to 2. Here a is equal to 2. Therefore, x1 of t is equal to t into e power minus 2t u of t, or t into e power minus minus 2t u of t means t greater than or equal to 0. For t greater than or equal to 0, the value of u of t is 1. 1 is multiplied with this one, x1 of t. And calculate x2 of t. We know x2 of omega is equal to 1 by j omega plus 2 whole square. x2 of t is equal to f inverse of 1 by j omega plus 2 whole square. We know that Fourier transform of e power minus at u of t is equal to 1 by a plus j omega. 1 by a plus j omega. And the Fourier transform of t into e power minus at, t power n e power minus at, u of t is equal to in factorial by a plus j omega whole power n plus 1. Therefore, x2 of t is equal to t is equal to 1. T is equal to 1. x2 of t is equal to a is equal to 2. T is n is equal to 1, not t equal to 1. N is equal to 1. E power minus at u of t. Here n is equal to 1 means Fourier transform of t e power minus at u of t is equal to 1 factorial by a plus j omega 2. Here 2 a plus j a is equal to 2. A is equal to 2. T into e power minus 2t u of t x2 of t. Finally, therefore, x of omega is equal to 2 j omega x1 of omega plus x2 of omega. By using time differentiation property, Fourier transform of dx of t by x1 of t by dt is equal to j omega into x1 of omega. This is the time differentiation property. Inverse of j omega x1 of omega is equal to dx1 of t by dt. Okay. And finally, from this one, from this x of t is equal to 2 f inverse of j omega x1 of omega plus f inverse of x2 of omega. F inverse of j omega x1 of omega is dx1 of t by dt. Therefore, x of t is equal to 2 into d x1 of t by dt. Because the j omega is term is there. F inverse of x2 of omega is x2 of t1. Because there is no j omega term. Here, x2 of t is equal to only square 1 by j omega plus 2 whole square is there. By using this formula, 1 factorial by a plus j, n is equal to 1. A plus j omega 1 plus 1, that is square. A plus j omega square. This is the x2 of t. 2 into x1 d by dt of x1 of t is equal to x1 of t. We know that x1 of t is equal to t into e power minus 2t. T into e power minus 2t. U of t is not indicated here. X2 of t is also x2 of t is t into e power minus 2t when t greater than or equal to 0. T greater than or equal to 0, that u of t value is 1. 2 into t into d by dt of e power minus 2t plus e power minus 2t dt by dt, UV formula, plus t into e power minus 2t, t greater than or equal to 0. T into derivative of e power minus 2t is with respect to t minus 2 e power minus 2t, e power minus 2t, derivative of minus 2t is t, e power minus 2t plus t into e power minus 2, t greater than or equal to 0. Here also t greater than or equal to 0. 2 into t, 2 into 2 minus 4 minus 4t e power minus 2t, 2 into e power minus 2t is t into e power minus 2t, t greater than or equal to 0. Minus 4, this is minus 4 plus 1, minus 3 into t into e power minus 2t plus 2 into e power minus 2t, t greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, e power minus 2t minus 3t plus 2 t greater than or equal to 0. T greater than or equal to 0 is removed. E power minus 2t minus 3t plus 2 into u of t. Both are same. This one is except. This one is except. With this, the analysis is completed. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel for further updates. Thank you.